Sky One, a part of the British Sky Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to Games World. Tonight is Fight Night with Beat the Elite.
Thank you. Welcome to Games World. It's Friday, which means it's time to play Beat the Elite. You were all watching on Monday, so you saw the Eliminator round, where we had a superb competition which resulted in one person being the champion to come back here and take on the Videators. He was cock-a-hoop then, but maybe he spent the week thinking, what have I let myself in for? Because he's going to come face-to-face with the meanest, toughest, roughest, dirtiest, baddest bunch of players in the entire world. So without further ado, let's meet this week's champion. Please welcome Darren Abela! Sporting the Eliminator Championship jacket, pure silk, that he has earned the right to wear. You were fabulous on Monday, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were really cooking. You feel good about today?
Yep.
Yes, you do, don't you? What a confident man. Let me explain what happens now. Darren is going to play his first game. And to explain this for you, please can I welcome a man who knows absolutely all there is to know about everything, but especially about video games. My co-presenter from Nintendo Magazine System, Mr. Tim Moon.
Thank you. Well, the first game tonight is Cash Dash as usual. It's a big, frantic dash, 1 minute to collect as many coins as possible, because these are the coins which translate into points. Basically, Darren's got to race around the screen, avoiding the robots, picking up the icons, which are going to help, and we'll explain that later on. But basically, stop for nothing, rush hell for leather, grab as many as he can.
Tim explained there, the more points you get, the more you'll have to go further when we go into the gambling stage. Right, are you all ready? You all ready to go down? Cooking? Yes, he's like, you can't feel, but this man is like a finely coiled spring. Can I ask you, please, to take your place at the console for Cash Dash? So here we go. Darren's ready to play his first game, and you know the more points you've got, the more chance you've got for the rest of the game. Are you ready?
Yep.
Then your 60 seconds starts now.
Okay, now where we go. Now, Darren's in the middle of the screen, as you can see here. Now, as you can see, coins are actually appearing at various intervals. It's quite simple. He's got to pick them up. As you can see, in the middle of the screen, there's an icon. If he can run over that...
That's what he wants.
That's what he wanted. And he's to pick up as many coins as possible, avoiding the robots. He can actually punch them out of the way.
45 seconds.
If he uses his punch button. Of course, as you can see, if he gets hit by a robot, he actually
Now,
pauses
they come in
for a
little
moment.
clusters, don't they? That's
right.
what he's got to find.
Bottom-
Find a cluster.
Bottom right of the screen, you can see his points total actually increasing all the time, 16, 17. He's doing not too badly, but what he's really got to do is look for the clusters of coins, which is at the moment at the top left of the screen.
And avoid the robots.
Yeah, or punch them out of the way. Go for the icons. The icons that can actually speed you up, freeze the robots, and actually...
He's coming up
those
to
are key to the game.
20 seconds, and he's got 30 icons.
Fantastic cluster up at the top of the screen there. He needs to get through as many of those as possible. In fact, I'd suggest he stays up there.
Go on.
He's doing extremely well, actually. 40, 41, not too bad. If he can pick up a big cluster here, he should be past the 50, which is top stuff. There he goes, freeze the robots. Now he can pick up as many as possible. I think he's doing very well. Counting him down. He's pushing the robots out of the way. Excellent job here. He's through with...
Time's up,
excellent
there you go.
stuff. And at the end of that really well-played first round, Darren has racked up 51 points.
51 points, that's a good score. That's good. 51 we can build on. Now, let me explain to you exactly what happens now. Tim will explain what game you're going to be playing, and then you have to gamble your points. And then, and only then, will we go over to the Wheel of Misfortune and find out which one of our Videators you're going to be playing against. So, Tim, if I can ask you, please, to explain the game.
OK, Darren, you ready for this one? This is the first round of the Mushroom Cup in Super Mario Kart. Like all the games we have on the show, it's a button down, hell for leather, race for it game. It's 5 laps, you run a twisting, turning track, get across the line as fast as you can, and if you can, cheat. I mean, this goes against the grain, but cheat as often as you can, use every special weapon you can pick up, just get across that line first, whatever it takes.
So there we have it. What about that game? You happy with that?
Yes.
Yes, he feels confident with that game. So I ask you now, how many of your 51 points are you going to gamble?
8.
8. 8. I think you'll find there's a T on the end of that word, by the way. 8. There you go. He's going to gamble 8 points. At 51, he's going for 8. So he claims to be confident, but we'll see just how confident he is. Take now this gavel, this huge gavel, and that shows you just how big judges really are. And what I want you to do is this will spin around. It's electronic random selection, and the lights will spin, and then when I tell you, whack the mallet down there, and we'll find out which one of our videators you're going to be playing. So if I can ask you, please, to spin the wheel. And in your own time, bang the mallet. Give it a good bang. It's the Messiah, the game's Messiah.
And something very special is happening. The game's Messiah is here. He's a man with a mission. Held to a lowly draw last week at Dino Blaster. Mario Kart is where he can reclaim his fame, and let's just hope he can.
Please, join me, join me, join me. We have here, of course, the game's Messiah. Lovely to have you with us again from your manifold duties, obviously, all around the world, correcting evil and bringing joy to people. Please, may I introduce Darren, who's going to be playing against you today.
Bless you.
And he's bet 8 points that he can beat you at this game. Forgive him, he knows not what he does.
Well, I had a few hang-ups earlier about this young lad, but I think I've risen again to the challenge now.
How do you feel now?
Good.
Now you've seen who you're playing, you still feel good. Can I ask you, please, gentlemen, to take your places at the console? So, he's got the Messiah. What do you think of his chances?
Well, the Messiah's looking rather serene, isn't he? Now, for the benefit of people at home, Darren's going to be playing Toad at the top of the screen. Messiah will be playing Cooper. Well, that's the one he's chosen at the bottom of the screen. It should be a good, interesting race. The Messiah's been looking confident.
Well, he has, but I have to say, from Darren's point of view, in fact, all of them so far, no one's yet, for instance, got the Executioner.
Oh, no.
So,
No.
Maybe now would have been the time to bet big.
I think so.
But anyway, that's a bridge you're going to have to cross if and when you come to
Absolutely.
it. Right, if you're quite ready, gentlemen, 5 laps of the track, and it starts right now.
Okay, just to reiterate for everybody at home, Toad's at the top, and that's played by Darren. Cooper Trooper's at the bottom, and that's our one and only Messiah. And away we go. Toad gets off to a flying good start, shoots up into 7th, and Messiah's actually trailing on 8th. He's not doing too well at all. He's obviously having a bit of a bad day.
Darren's looking good.
Absolutely, Darren's looking great up there. He's just whistled by Princess Daisy. He's doing excellently. Taking the corners very well. He's just been taken again by her. What is wrong with the Messiah? This is a bad day. Obviously, there's something seriously wrong with the Messiah's performance here. Something's going wrong. He needs to catch up as quickly as he can.
It needs a little bit of spiritual upliftment, if you ask me.
Yeah, if you look at the bottom of the screen, he's having serious gorilla trouble down the bottom there. It's not looking good at all. Darren's got Yoshi in the front. Now, the key thing to remember, neither of the guys are actually using their special weapons at the moment. It's crucial that they do. Now, what you'll see is later on, you'll see them go over special question mark boxes, and as soon as they can pick up the special weapons and then use them, as each one of them does, I'll try and explain. But at the moment, it's getting close. The Messiah's picked himself up, and he's now in 5th place.
Started to come back.
Absolutely, but the point is Darren's lead just too big? He's way out in front. No, because Cooper Trooper can see him down the bottom, and he's just about... Oh, it's very tight. It's very tight. The Cooper's right on his tail. This is really exciting stuff.
Oh,
and the Cooper's I think he's gone across the track, and he's actually taken the lead from him.
It's come from him.
2 to 3.
And Darren's right behind him now.
Close
Darren
now.
really
Final
needs to
lap.
cut in.
Darren's just come back. This is extraordinary. Neck and neck. This is quite incredible stuff. Toad leaps into the front. That's Darren, but Cooper's got across the corner. He knows the game too well. Cooper's in front again. Toad's got to catch up, but no. Cooper's across in 1st place. And Bob, at the end of that round, what's happened is that Darren's blown his 8 points, which puts him down to 43.
What a brilliant... Oh, you were there. It was neck and neck right up till the end. The Messiah, as always, very patiently just sat, watched his flock, and when the time came, thought, now I'll come and I'll take it. And he picked you right at the last minute. So Messiah...
I think he lost his faith there, most certainly. I had my father behind me all the time.
That's it. You see, there was 2 people in his car. So you're always up against a lot when you play this man. Messiah, thank you very much, and I'm sure we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you,
the game's Messiah, ladies and gentlemen. The game's Messiah. Well, in the end, you bet it quite sensibly, only going for 8 points. You were so close, though, weren't you?
Yep.
You very, very nearly had it. Did you think you'd won?
Yeah, I felt I was going to win.
You did, I know. As you went into the last one, you said, yes, I'm going to win. And then, but I told you, nobody need be any doubt that these people who come onto this stage are the very creme de la creme of games players. Now we have to do it again. We're going to give you another game. Tim will explain, and then we'll do the gambling, and then we'll select the Videator. So, Tim, can you please give us the next game?
OK, Bob, let's crack on. The next game tonight is Sonic 2, and we're playing the third round of the bonus stage. This is fast and furious stuff. This is which Sonic and Tails go head-to-head. They race down a twisting, turning track. It's enormous fun. The idea is to pick up as many rings as you can and avoid the bombs. And if you can stop each other picking up the rings, do that too. A bit of cheating involved, a bit of topsy-turvy stuff. Let's go for it.
So, there we have it. Now then, what about this game? You fancy yourself at this?
How many points have I got left?
You've got 43 points left. So I've shown you the game. I'm going to ask you now, how much do you want to bet?
5.
5?
Yep.
So you're not totally confident about this?
No.
OK, 5. You're allowed to bet 5. 5 it is. So what I'll ask you to do now is take the mallet, hold it very, very carefully in your hand, and I'll ask, please, not yet, wait for it. Don't get mallet frenzy on me now, please. If I can ask you, please, to spin the wheel. Take your time and select. It's Master Moriarty!
At just 12 tender years of age, this is our youngest Videator, and he's also your worst nightmare. This is Master Moriarty. He's conquered the Super Nintendo, and now he's mastering the Mega Drive. The game for him is Sonic 2, and I hate to tell you this, he's very, very good. Oh dear, oh dear.
Join me, please, son. Ah, what a great pleasure as ever it is to see you again. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Mills.
Could I just introduce you to Darren? Say hello. This is Darren.
Very pleased to meet you, Darren.
And you didn't wear your school uniform. No, mine, fine, that's fine. Now, let me tell you what's happened. He's bet the minimum to play against you. He's bet only 5 points. Wise move?
Very wise move indeed. He's certainly be doing his homework, as I always do.
So what I'd like to ask you to do now, young sirs, both take your place at the console. So, there he is, he's playing Master Moriarty.
Absolutely. It's best of 3 rounds, this one, Bob. This is the bonus stage, third round. Basically, the guys are going to race down. Darren's going to be playing Sonic, and Moriarty will be playing Tails. Like we say, best of 3 rounds, but of course, if somebody wins 2 outright, we stop it there.
We'll finish it there. So, gentlemen, you understand the rules? If you're ready, the time starts now. Remind us again which is which.
OK, Darren is Sonic, and
Darren's
Tails
Sonic.
is played by our very own Master Moriarty. What a fine chap he is, too. And away they go. The idea is to pick up as many rings as you possibly can. Avoid that bomb that's coming to you in the centre of the track.
Right.
These are 2 good players. I like the style here. This is excellent stuff, actually. These boys know what they're doing. Crikey.
They've got to kind of know
but Sonic's just taking a tumble, and actually at the moment they're doing, it's looking pretty good. Sonic has got 10 points, Tails has got 13, pretty evenly matched. But Sonic's just lost all his rings. This is bad news. Tails is streaking into the front. Having said all of that, this is a tough game. As you can see, both these guys do know what they're doing. They had a fantastic start. They're starting to lose it a bit here. That's because these tricky bombs going in the centre of the track.
Right.
That's really tricky, the key thing. Oh dear, who took a tumble there? I think that was Sonic once again. Tails has got a steady 23 points. This is good stuff, actually, and Tails has won it. Here we go again for the second round. And away they go. And basically, it's neck and neck. Good play here. Both these guys do know what they're doing. Excellent
Tails
stuff.
is getting ahead, which he needs to do.
Yeah, absolutely. The key thing here is obviously try and prejudge where the rings are going to appear from. That was close. That was close. Tails is taking a spin. Not too good for him. But very evenly matched. And Sonic's just taking a spin. This is tricky stuff here. Sonic's now behind, as you can see, on 8 points. Tails ahead on 15. Tails took that one.
That's it.
And Bob, at the end of that round, Moriarty has won, and therefore Darren's point situation is not looking at all good. He's now on 38 points.
So, Darren, beaten, but I think you were very wise, though. You only betted 5 because I think you knew you weren't that hot at that, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you still did very well, so if that's a game that you're not that good at, I'm looking forward to seeing you play whatever your favourite happens to be. And Master Moriarty, what can I say? As ever, I'm sure, gracious in victory?
Very much so. Congratulations, Darren. A truly wonderful show.
Well, what can I say? You've shaken hands with one of the true noblemen of this land. Been lovely to have you. You're off to do what now? Go off and play or something?
Homework, obviously.
Homework, yes, obviously, I forgot. Well, it's been lovely to have you. Until we meet you again, thank you very much, and goodbye. Master Moriarty! So we now have Darren Abela after 2 rounds. He has 38 points. He's got one more Videator to meet in the second half. So please join us then after this break. See you soon. Welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of Beat the Elite, where we have Darren Abela from London, who has 38 points. You've been off having a cup of tea. He's been for a brisk run, had a sauna, bit of a rundown, and done some stretching from the banister exercises to make himself even taller. So what we have to do now is Tim will explain the game, and then I'll take you over and we'll gamble and select the Videator. So Tim, please, could you explain this game?
For sure, Bob. The next game tonight is Street Fighter 2. Now, anybody who owns a Super Nintendo and doesn't own a copy of this game really does deserve Master Moriarty round for tea every night of the week. This game is absolutely fantastic. It's probably the best thing on the SNES. It's basically pick a character from 8 and then basically beat the hell out of each other. You use as many special moves as you can, kicking, punching, diving, a lot of strategy involved, but once again, a lot of reflexes.
Street Fighter 2. I have to say that this young man's eyes did kind of light up when he heard that. Is this your game?
Yeah.
Yes, this is his game. You've got 38 points. 38. How many of those 38 do you want to gamble on your prowess at Street Fighter 2?
10.
10. 10 he wants to bet, and 10 he shall bet. Now, whenever I go street fighting, this is what I tend to take with me. If you'll take that with you, you know what happens. Random electronic selection spins the wheel, and when you bang it, then we find out who you're playing. Can we please spin the wheel? It's the executioner.
Just who is this masked megastar? He came from nowhere, and he's won everything. This is the champion of champions. We're not talking whether he'll win, we're talking when he'll win. This is the executioner, and he's never been beaten at Street Fighter 2. What more can you say?
Executioner, if I could just ask you, please, just for a moment to control yourself and just stand fast while I explain one or two things to him, Darren. First thing is, don't be frightened, all right?
I'm not.
You've got every reason to be. No, you're not, and that's good. Play the game, play the best game that you possibly can. It's no good me trying to explain to you how good this man is. He is the best, all right? Don't let him stare you out. He'll try it. Don't let him do it, all right? It's no good trying to have the friendly chat that we have because this man never speaks, does all his talking at the console. So if I could ask you, please, gentlemen, and the very, very best of luck to you, Darren, because you're going to need it. Please, take your places to play the game. So, this is what happens. He saved his points, obviously, thinking maybe Street Fighter 2 will come up and this is my big game. His eyes lit up, and he betted his 10 points, and now what's he got? He's got the executioner.
That's what he's got. Oh dear. What more needs to be said? For everybody at home, Darren's going to be playing player 1, and the executioner's going to be playing player 2. It's just so that you know what's going to be happening. I've got a feeling this isn't going to last very long.
And who've they selected? Who's Darren selected?
Okay, let's take a look right now. Basically, Darren selected to play Blanca, and the executioner, wise as ever, has gone to play for Guile.
Has he got any chance at all?
Has Darren got any chance? Has anybody got any chance against the executioner? I think not.
Well, you might be good enough, but hey, our money's not on it. Now, what we play, as always, is it's the best of 3, but if, perhaps, someone should win the first 2, then we'll stop it there. Are you both ready? Darren, don't be nervous. Play the best you possibly can. And if I can ask you, please, executioner, not to stare at the contestant. We'll play the game, and it starts now.
Okay, there we go. Darren's opted for Blanca, as you can see, the big green guy on the left, and Giles over on the right, and straight away Blanca comes in. Oh, but Giles comes in with a beautiful kick. This is excellent play here. Both these players, know what they're doing. They're sort of sizing each other. They're up at the moment. That's quite what's going on. Blanca's moving forward. They're sort of testing each other out. These are two experienced players who both know what they're doing. As you can see, Darren is good, actually. This is quite a good contest, but Guile is straight there. The executioner's not much about that. Straight in with the throw. It's all over for the first round. Round one to the executioner.
Round one to the executioner. They'll set up now to play the second one. Darren needs to win this simply to stay in the competition.
That was an excellent display of the executioner here. Can he keep it up? Let's wait and see. Oh, Darren comes in with a cannonball, but unfortunately he's hit with a sonic boom, and straight away the executioner's in with a throw. What can Darren do? What can poor Darren do against this onslaught? It's incredible. He's won a perfect. Amazing. And Bob, after that incredible perfect victory by the executioner, what a bloke. Unfortunately, Darren's down to 28 points.
And the lesson you've learned there is that being a winner doesn't always make you popular, Darren.
Yeah.
But you're left with 28 points. Now, all is not lost. You've played the Videators. You haven't fared terribly well, although you've come close a couple of times. But let me explain to you now what happens. With those 28 points, okay, we have one final game, and you can gamble anything up to the full amount to get onto this. I can just tell you this, that if you want to get to the top of our leaderboard, and at the end of the series, the top 5 people on the leaderboard go through to the great Champion of Champions final, the winner of which wins our grand mystery prize, you would actually have to gamble, I think, the whole amount, okay? But let me just get Tim to explain to you the game that you're going to be playing for this.
For sure, Bob, the last game tonight is Heimdall, and it's Save the Maiden. The poor girl, she's still in trouble. They've still got her held there by the 8 braids of her hair, and you've got to rescue her using unlimited axes in 40 seconds. Basically, don't hang around for anything. Use as many as you can, and if you want my advice, throw, throw, throw.
So, are you good at this game? Do you fancy yourself at this game?
Not bad.
It's a very tough game, and it is only 40 seconds, although you do have unlimited access. Now, as I said, if you want to go to the top of the leaderboard, which is obviously where you want to be, then you'll need to bet the whole of your 28 points, but it's entirely up to you. What do you want to bet?
All of it.
You'll go for the lot. You'll go for 28 points. Come on. What a brave man. He's going to go 28 points on Heimdall. Save the Maiden. If I can ask you, please, to take your seat. So here we are, Save the Maiden. I love this game because it really is a game of stick skill, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think, unfortunately, Bob, Darren's been a bit unlucky tonight, but he can actually save himself here if he can complete this challenge. However, it's very difficult.
Okay. Darren, are you ready?
Yep.
The important thing to remember is that it's 40 seconds, but it's unlimited access, so you really can throw, 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 throw. And keep your cursor ready. Are you ready? Yep. And your time starts now.
And we're off. And straight away the first one's down. Hey, good start. Indeed, that was a good start. Now he's... No, watch that cursor because it's very, very tricky to control. This poor girl, I'm starting to feel sorry for her, actually. She's still there. There's 2 down. He's down to 26 seconds, though. He's starting to run out of time. It's not looking too brilliant. He's doing quite well, but he needs to get this one cut pretty quick.
Can't afford to waste
one key thing.
3 axes on each thing.
Absolutely. If you're having trouble on one particular strand, go for something else and come back later. Move on to the next one and come back. He's down. He's not looking good. I don't think let's count him down. It's not looking good. 7 seconds. Oh, the poor girl. She's just not having a good time of it. This is not looking too good. It could all be over fairly soon. Oh, dear me, no, I don't think this all out. And Bob, the points total at the end of that round is unfortunately Darren is left with no points at all.
How does that place him on the leaderboard? Because he is on it, obviously.
For sure. Well, Bob, surprisingly, the situation is this. Darren's got no points at all, but the consolation is he's now in 2nd place.
So for this week, even if it is only for this week, you're in 2nd place. But you can still walk around with your head high saying, I was the champion for that week, and you did splendidly well, and it's been great having you here. So from Tim Boone, from me, Bob Mills, but most of all, from this week's champion, Darren Abela, thank you very much. Don't forget to join us on Monday. Good night. Thank you.
And we can seek another great replay of Games World at the usual time of 6 on Monday. An old flame gives Joey a blast from the past in Full House at 7:30 tonight. But first of all on Sky One, we blast off towards E Street.